Question: ds. If m times n is less than 0, is m to the power of 5 times n to the power of 4 less than 0? Condition 1, m is less than 0. Condition 2, n is greater than 0. Solution: let us solve this ds question using the variable approach. Square is important. Ignore the squares and even exponents. Square factors and even exponent factors are always positive, so multiplying or dividing a term by a non-zero square factor or a non-zero even exponent factor does not affect the direction of the inequality sign. We should ignore the square factor or even exponent factor, whether it is in the denominator or the numerator. Only the odd exponents remain. Although square or even exponents are also important, when one side of an inequality is multiplication and the other side is 0, only odd exponents remain. This is because squares or even exponents are always positive. Thus, the sign of a product is determined by the odd exponents. Let us follow the first step of the variable approach by modifying and rechecking the original condition and the question. We are required to verify whether m to the power of 5 times n to the power of 4 is less than 0 if m times n is less than 0. We are given that m times n is less than 0, which means that m and n have different signs. Also, we are required to verify whether m to the power of 5 times n to the power of 4 is less than 0, which can be rewritten as whether m is less than 0, since only the odd exponents remain. Thus, we are asked when m is less than 0 or n is greater than 0, since m times n is less than 0 means that m and n have different signs. Let us take a look at condition 1. It tells us that m is less than 0. This is what we are looking for, and therefore, the answer to the modified question is m less than 0 is a unique yes. So the condition is sufficient according to CMT1, which means that the answer will be in terms of a unique yes or no. Condition 2 tells us that n is greater than 0. We know that m times n is less than 0, and since n is greater than 0, we can divide the equation m times n is less than 0 by n, so we get m times n whole over n is less than 0 over n, or m is less than 0 by the first property of inequality, which is positive rule in inequality. The answer to the modified question is m less than 0 is a unique yes. So the condition is sufficient according to CMT1, which means that the answer will be in terms of a unique yes or no. Since according to tip 1, it is about 95% likely that D would be the answer when the value of condition 1 is equal to the value of condition 2, that is, condition 1 equal to condition 2. Each condition alone is sufficient. Thus, D is the correct answer. Answer D.